So listen, if you're anything like me, you're not always a textbook fighter. Sometimes we get hit in the face a lot more than we'd like to, or fall off balance when moving around the ring or the mat. And what I've learned about it was that I had a lot of bad habits in my movements that I wasn't paying enough attention to. Here are some movement mistakes that you might be having as well. Mistake number one that we're gonna go over today is leaning forward when you're in the stance. Everybody that I see that leans forward too much always gets cracked in the face. It's not a fun time. They're always coming up to me saying, why am I getting punched in the face so much? Because you're leaning forward and your face is too close to the action. So sit back in your stance a little bit like this. Keep your posture straight. This way you give yourself more time to react to a shot. You can see where it's coming from, you know where to go and how to counter. Mistake number two that I'm gonna go over is chicken wing elbows, I like to call it. A lot of people, they're in the stance and they keep their arms out here, or they keep their arms up here. Their elbows are too high up and gives all this open space to the ribs. So how we fix this is tuck your elbows in and make sure that you're all tight and protected with your elbows. Cover your ribs. Make sure you're not gonna break no bones. You know, you want to walk away from this fight. So that's mistake number two. Make sure you keep your elbows tucked in and you're leaning back a little bit. The third mistake I want to go over is backing up. In a fight, you want to circle. The motion you want to do is circle. That's why they say circle around the ring. And when you back up, in any situation, if you're on the street, if you're in a ring, if you back up, you're gonna find yourself in a corner, stumbling, leaning back. You're gonna fall off balance, and you're also giving the other person the better mindset that they're winning. Hold your ground more is my point. You want to stand your ground and circle around your opponent and around the ring, kind of like this. Backing up is only gonna put you in a bad situation. So mistake number four that I want to go over is crossing your feet and keeping your feet too close together. For starters, and when you're in the stance, if your feet are too close, like so, you're gonna fall off balance when you get hit, or you go to slip, you're gonna fall off balance. You're gonna just have a rough time trying to keep up. To fix that, we're gonna make sure that our feet are shoulder width apart and in position no matter where we move. When we take a step, it's gonna look like this. That goes into the crossing feet part, right? You don't want to cross your feet when you're moving around the ring, because that's also gonna do what? Throw you off balance. So you're gonna get hit and your legs are gonna tangle up. It's not gonna be fun. Make sure that you're moving around in your stance. Left foot, right foot. If you're going to the right, right foot, left foot. If you're going forward, forward, back foot. So work on that. It's gonna help you out a lot. So mistake number five that I wanna go over is dropping your elbow when you're throwing a hook. They throw their hook and their elbow is down here as opposed to up here. And it weakens your blow and leaves room for damage in your hand. You can hurt yourself. When you keep that elbow up, you make your arm this one object as opposed to three different joint objects. You got one solid pole that you gotta punch someone with. Bang. Kind of come down with it would be my advice, because a lot of people, it feels uncomfortable, but a lot of people throw upwards, and I think that's why they make that mistake. Come down with your hook when you're throwing it, and maybe that'll force you into a better position. So mistake number six that I want to go over is leaning with your hook or your uppercut. That's something that my coach yells at me all the time for. So I think I got the point. I'm gonna share it with you guys. It looks a little bit like this. So when you're throwing that hook, it feels natural. When you're throwing an uppercut, it feels more natural to get a lean in there, but it throws you off balance. When you come back from throwing that punch, you're not gonna end up in the stance that you wanna be. You're not gonna feel solid, you're gonna be off balance. So to fix that, you wanna take that step maybe, like I do, before you throw the hook, so that you keep your legs under you and you're more stable. Mistake number seven that I'm gonna go over today, ask any one of your friends right now to throw you a jab and see how far down their opposite hand drops when they're throwing that jab. They're gonna get hit in the face every time. In order to fix that, we wanna keep our hands up at all times. They got these items called hand weights. They have little grips. You hold these hand weights and you practice shadow boxing with these hand weights, and they will help your shoulder strength so that you don't get too weak, because it is tiring holding up your arms for a whole 10 minutes. It's tough. Buy these, practice with these, and learn to keep your hand up when you're throwing opposite punches is the really big thing. When you're throwing the punch, your opposite hand needs to stay up. Practice that more. Last but not least, mistake number 8, biggest problem, everybody does this. When you see someone throw a punch or a kick at you, you close your eyes. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I know, you close your eyes. That's the worst thing you can do. When you close your eyes, you eliminate all opportunity to protect yourself and be conscious in this fight. You're gonna get hit every time. Closing your eyes and cowering and closing up is not gonna be your best move. Make sure you force your eyes open if you have to. Keep those eyes open. Get a bag or something that swings and just let it come at you. And keep your eyes open. Don't close your eyes when you're in a fight. That is the worst thing you could do. My dad is a good fighter. He yells at me for that all the time. So, I hope this video helped you guys out. If you want to see more content like this, I'm going to stick around. Give me a like and a subscribe. I'm going to be doing tons more content, martial arts, the mentality behind it, breakdowns, etc. I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.